Hey folks, this is Kelani. Welcome to another section of Fractals of the Mist. This time we'll be looking at the Uncategorized fractal. It looks a lot like Ratasum. So to start, you'll see we've got a little bit of a jumping puzzle. Now, I did start this recording a little late, so we're missing a few mobs here, but all along here will be these harpies, which are ranged. Now, obviously, if you go in combat with the harpy, your movement speed will be reduced and you don't jump as far. Going to be a problem if you're not very confident with jumping puzzles. This tends to take a few new members a little while to get used to this, but it's not too bad. It could be a lot worse, as you'll see later. So the first jumping puzzle over, and we're right before the first boss. Clear out that harpy and we'll get right into it. So as you head into the room, you will notice two things. One, there is a power generator with the quest symbol above it. And two, there are these cell-like places with a bunny rabbit, an ettin, a fire caller or shaman, and a random human. So, gotta destroy the power generator, and that will actually release everything. You'll get everything at once. So what you want to do is nuke down the rabbit. Any fans of Monty Python will understand why. Secondly, you want to take out the bandit saboteur, mainly for all the knockbacks she causes, which can be incredibly frustrating. After she's gone down, you want to take out the Flame Legion Fire Shaman. He will do a lot of AoEs on the floor, similar to the Elementalist spell. Stay out of the fire. He'll also do a fist punch of sorts, which will do incredible damage. Now, this can be shared between people, or it can be completely evaded. Your choice. When he's down, you move on to the ettin. Try and keep it slowed, snared, stunned if possible. It obviously breaks stun, but, you know, do the best you can. After the fire caller goes down, that's a lot of the damage out of the fight, so it should be no worries from there. So, to recap, nuke down the rabbit. It starts one-shotting people if you don't. Take out the saboteur. Her knockback is infuriating. Move on to the fire shaman, as his damage is crazy. Stay out of the fire, either avoid his fire fist or try and share some of the damage. And avoid the ettin as much as possible. He has a huge AoE smash, which hurts, really hurts, knocks back, and his general swings really hurt as well. He also does a ranged slam, which can be avoided through dodges, blocks, etc. Doesn't hurt for quite as much as the rest, so he can happily be kited around. After those mobs are down, you can happily continue. Got a few more harpies, and then we're on to one of the funnest parts of the dungeon. Be prepared to spend quite a bit here. It's a little Frogger game with electric. Now you can dodge over these or evade these with any abilities which can evade, and when 3 people are at the top, you can disable it, so it only requires 3 people to get through. When 3 people have managed their way up, you just need 1 at each console. Now, you'll notice that the console does immobilize you. What you can do is use the console, use an immobilize break, and use the other console. If you've got 2, you can use the 3rd console. Maybe a little cheeky, but, you know, it's only an immobilize, so oh well. The next mini-boss is Old Tom. Now, there's 2 things to watch for this. Poison and poison. The first poison is an area poison in the entire room. All you need to do is run to the back of the room and use that console to make the fan work, essentially. That'll get rid of the area poison. The second poison is from the boss himself. He'll start spinning around, shooting out poison in all directions. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either avoid it in a little corner somewhere, happily playing one of those Japanese games with the dots, even though their hit radius is a little larger than the actual bullet, which is kind of frustrating. Or you can use a meat shield. Things like golem, pets, a warrior with a shield work perfectly. When he's down, time to move on. We got a little bit of a jumping puzzle with more harpies. So as you get to the top, you'll get the note to dispatch the Raving Asura. Sadly you don't get to kill the Raving Asura, but instead he'll activate one of 4 golems in turn. Snuggles here has AoE damage, Mr. Kittens pulls and knocks back, Professor Mew has a debuff mechanic similar to Thaddeus and Naxxramas, in that he'll give you a positive or negative charge. If you stand next to people with the opposite charge you'll take damage. And Baron von Scufflebutt has ranged damage. Once you've killed all of them once, he'll activate all 4 at the same time, so obviously you're dealing with all of the abilities at once. It's not too difficult, in fact it's actually rather easy. You want to call targets, it doesn't really matter at this stage which target you're taking down first. Remember to look at your debuffs, try not to cause any unnecessary damage, and happily nuke them down one at a time. Well, that's it for this Fractal. Fractal stabilized. Thanks for watching, folks. If you have any questions or queries, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.